K-Pasa. Alright, y'all. It is 6:20 in the morning. Oh, hold on. My name is Farron. Welcome back to my channel. I'm a CAA based out in Texas. Here we talk about life and anesthesia and life doing anesthesia and all the stuff. So, we are on our way into work. Yesterday, y'all, I don't know, yesterday I seem to have taken a turn because your girl is not feeling 100%. I feel like very congested, and I did take some medicine this morning, so hopefully it kind of at least smooths out enough to get us through the day. Let me turn this off because I don't even know what it's doing for real. Yeah, I hope that it clears up at least enough for us to get through the day, because we have a long lineup today. Like, we have a bit of a lineup today, all GYN though, so it won't be too terrible. So yesterday I met one of y'all yesterday, and y'all came in and shadowed and everything. And y'all, typically when y'all shadow Manu, okay? But it was really nice. Like, I like seeing y'all and what y'all think about after y'all see what we do and like get to walk through the OR and everything. But he had the person who came, he had asked me, he was like, you know, what are the cons to being a CAA? Like, what are the cons to the job? And it really, like, you know, it took me a little minute to come up with like really good cons. Like, there are the major ones, which is like, obviously you're not gonna enjoy all of the surgeons or all of the physicians that you work with, okay? And it's funny because when I first saw him, I was in a case with a physician that I really don't care for, and he was on my nerves, and you can see that on my face. Like, I'm trying to, like, come on, you know what I'm saying? And so once I came out of that case, I kind of got back into my spirit or whatever. But that's gonna be everywhere. Like, especially like when you're working for someone, or even when you're working with people, there are just gonna be certain people, certain physicians, certain nurses, whoever, that you're just not gonna click with. And so I listed that one as a con, but like I said, I just feel like that's everywhere, so I don't even know if that's a true con or not. But yeah, sometimes you're gonna work with people you really don't like. That's a con. For me, it's a lot of work to get here. Like the schooling, like the whole process, which Manu told me yesterday that they kind of like taking it like a little bit easier on y'all than they did us, which I really don't feel no type of way about. Like, some people be like, oh my God, like they need to be, I know preceptors who be like, they're a baby in them and blah, 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 and talking all this junk, boom, 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 boom. And I get that because I'm not gonna lie, some students, like, they just don't have the work ethic, okay? Like, just kind of like very like lazy and don't put their all into like clinic and stuff like that, okay? I get that, but I think what has happened is, like, when I was in school, it was really like, it was just super intense. But not only is it intense because the program is hard, like you're just kind of like thrown in the water, and you feel like you're drowning because you are, and they're talking about all these things that you don't understand, right? But that's the school part of it. But then the other part of it is sometimes I would have these preceptors that I just they shouldn't have been teaching, basically. Like, you were not meant to be a teacher. And one thing about me is, we don't sit up here and talk to me any kind of way. Okay, like, I'm not that kind of girl. I don't care what type of setting we in. I don't care what your title is. I don't care if you have a doctorate. I don't care about none of that, because at the end of the day, we all on this same earth, okay? Like, titles do not make you bigger or better than anyone, okay? I serve you the same respect, and I expect the same type of respect. So when you get these preceptors who feel like they can just talk to you any kind of way. I wasn't good with it. So I was very quick to be like, listen, I pay a lot of money for you to teach me how to do this. So if you're not in the mood, if you're not in the place to teach, tell me that I can go home and I can go study for an exam. I'm just not here for that. Like, there's a way to teach and be respectful and still, you know, and some people don't have that, okay? And I wasn't here to stand for it. But I feel like the problem is some people go a little too far left, right? Because at the end of the day, like, you're still a student, so you're under the guidance of someone else. You can't come in thinking that, like, you know everything, and you can't do that, okay? I think that the balance has shifted between, like, hey, y'all not finna talk to me all these different types of ways, so you have to stand up for yourself. But at the same time, you have to understand that you're a student and you're here to learn things, and you can't have, like, the thinnest of skin either, because you're gonna get feedback, you're gonna get criticism, because, like I said, this job is no joke. You're taking care of people, and I mean life or death situations, okay? There have been people who have died in the OR, obviously. You know, so I get it, but it kind of needs to be rebalanced or whatever like that. So I don't really feel no type of way when they say, like, oh, like, you know, they have it much easier than what we had, because to me, I feel like, okay, if it's rebalanced and they're still getting the education that they need, and if they're still coming out as great providers, then yeah, like, why? You don't have to be disrespectful to teach people, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and y'all read that book, what is it, How to Win Friends and Influence People, and they talk about how, like, you know, positive reinforcement gets you way farther than it does with negative reinforcement, right? So I feel like sprinkling in, like, a little bit of that, like, it's not gonna hurt, and it's gonna make your students a little bit more comfortable and pay attention and be a little bit more excited about the work, right? Now they want to work hard. They want to feel like they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. So that's just kind of how I feel about that. So I feel like my second con, I said all this to say, my second con for me was kind of like the schooling process, because I did have to kind of deal with some things with the preceptors and the people that I worked with, not only because I was a student, but, you know, hello, student of color, it just be different, okay? It's a different type of thing. I really, like, past that, y'all, I don't know that I could come up with another con. Like, I mean, my work schedule is nice, 40 hours a week, and I mean, I claim to do 40 hours a week, but sometimes actually a lot of times I don't do 40 hours a week, but I'm still paid for 40 hours a week. I have a lot of opportunity to make more money. Job demand is there, so I have job security. I make enough money to do all of the things that I want to do in life. Like, if I want to travel, I can go do that and pay off these, and I can do them simultaneously too. Travel, pay off the loans, put my money towards my retirement or whatever investments I want to do. Like, support the family, like, be prepared for emergencies. I can do all of that at one time. You know, sometimes you got to divvy out what you're going to do. Like, maybe you say, okay, well, I'm just going to pay all my loans. That's all I can afford to do right now. And then you skip the rest. Or, you know, I'm a just invest. But now I can't, maybe I don't travel as much or whatever like that. Or I have to save a lot longer to travel. I don't do that. I'm fortunate and blessed enough to be able to work on many financial things simultaneously. And that is a blessing. CAA work life is a lot better than student life, and I want to, like, really hone in on that, because when y'all enter the program and y'all see how crazy it is or whatever, and it starts to feel impossible, understand that, like, it's like boot camp. Like, that whole process is like boot camp. Once it's over, it's a whole different type of world. Okay, you actually get to work with the people that you do like. You don't have, it's just different. It's just a different type of world, y'all. It'll be weird when y'all get home and y'all realize, oh wait, I don't have to study for anything anymore. That'd be weird, because I used to get home and be like, what? I can just watch TV? Like, ain't no assignment, ain't no whatever. And that was a real transition for me. And I kind of felt like, it made me feel like, dang, Karen, like, you're not being as productive. It's like, productive for what? What we doing? So that's another little transition that they don't tell you about once you do graduate and you start working or whatever like that. Trying to think of any other cons. Like, y'all, this is a really, really great job, and we get paid a lot of money. Mind you, our job is really, really important, but we make a lot of money without. I mean, sometimes we be sweating, but you know, it ain't like we working outside sweating, you know. So I don't really have too many cons for this job. Oh, I'm sorry. They wanted to get over, but they kind of waking really late. It's raining out here. So yeah, like I see too many positives than I do. Oh, okay. Well, I guess okay. These aren't really my cons because they don't really affect me. Okay, but I can see where other people might find it as a con. So obviously, we cannot work in every single state in the United States, and that may put a limit on people. It don't really affect me because all the states that I would maybe want to go to and like live in and whatever, I can work there. So that one don't really affect me too much. Some people don't like working under a physician. I think I mentioned that in my last one where I was like, you know, when people ask me, oh, do you want to go get a doctorate? Not me. That's not a con for me. Okay, I don't care about who is the boss, and I don't care, because whether I intubate the patient or the physician intubate my patient because maybe I couldn't see the way they could see it, maybe that check shoulder is gonna cut the same. So I don't get into all that, but I understand like some people, I guess they feel like they want to be the boss, they want to be running stuff all the time, and that's good for you. So I guess that could be a con if you don't want to work closely with and I'm not even gonna say work closely because I mean sometimes that just is what it is. But if you don't want to work, I mean either way, whatever. But if you don't like that type of dynamic, then maybe that might be a con for you. Like I said, not a con for me. Let's see, what did I say? The work in the jurisdictions where we work at, and working under a physician. I would say maybe the other con, which is kind of iffy, because the good thing about, okay, the other con would be like, if you don't like, yeah, I'm having a hard time, because I was gonna say like, if you don't like work that sticks with you sometimes. Like, I like to go to work and do my work at work, but sometimes you, like, especially when you work in peds and stuff, sometimes it's hard to kind of distance yourself. So like the relationship that you have with your patients. And the only reason I say that's a little bit like is because you can pick where you work. So if you know that working with kids is going to stress you out, find you a job that's not working with kids. So whenever I take jobs, because I don't enjoy doing pediatric cases, I can do them, but it's just I don't really like, I don't like seeing sick kids, and that's just a different stressor. Okay, it's a different type of anesthesia. I can do, I prefer not to. So when I go and I ask about other jobs, I say, hey, you know, do y'all do pediatric cases? Do y'all do OB? Do y'all do like, you know, OB cases? Do y'all do cardiac cases, or do y'all have a cardiac team? Like, I need to know who's doing what, because there are certain cases that I know that I want no parts of. I'm not a fan of trauma, so I'm not going to go work at a level 1 trauma center. Like, you know what I'm saying? So with that, like, I feel like you have a little bit of, you don't have to do that when you finish and stuff like that. So that's why I don't really count that. What else might somebody not like about being an AA? I mean, y'all, obviously, y'all know, like, work is work at the end of the day. It's not like you getting paid to, like, sit on the island and drink margaritas and stuff. So, I mean, there's the general concept of, yeah, you gotta go to work. I guess, too, would be, like, you know, obviously, I be at work early. Like, it's 6:30. So, if you don't like waking up early, I guess that could be a thing. At the same time, when you graduate and you want to work like a later shift, you might could do that. Like you might could do like a night shift somewhere or something. I don't know. But yeah, I'd probably say to waking up early. What else would maybe somebody not like? I don't got nothing else. And I'm not trying to be biased because I know I say a con and be like say the solution to the con, but only because I'm like, well, if it's a solution to the con, like, is the con really that bad, you know? But I'm not trying to be biased. It's just I'm kind of like, that's just the way, I'm just telling y'all the way I see it. Like, the way I see it is, if it's a solution for you to avoid the con, then is it really a con, you know? But yeah, I know I sound sick because I feel it. I really hope I make it through the day because, you know, I said I hope the medicine kind of, but I feel like I'm going, you know. So I think my best advice for first year students, because I love when y'all tell me like what y'all process is. Like I had a girl, she had DM me and it had been, and I didn't realize that it had been a while since she had DM me, and she was like, Farron, like, you know, I just want you to know, like, I did get into AA school, like, you know, I think she said she was like in her first semester, but they're about to start like transitioning her into clinicals, and I was just so excited. Like I love that. I love seeing y'all go from like applying to we got in to, hey, my first semester is coming up, hey, I'm about to go into clinicals, hey, I'm starting my second year, I'm going to such and such hospital, I'm going to this and this and this. Like, I just love watching the process. Like, I love being a part of the process with y'all, like, because I don't know, like, I just like it. I told y'all I like seeing people build up to their success. Okay, I like to see the build up. I already know you're gonna make it. I know what it's gonna look like at the end, but I want to see, like, you know, walk me through what you was thinking when, you know, they were drowning you and stuff. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. So and she asked me, she was like, you know, I'm getting ready to start clinicals, you know, like, what's some advice that you have for me? And what I would say to all of y'all who are like first years or just started and y'all aren't quite in clinicals, the biggest things are like, I would show up, especially because even if you kind of know where you're going, I would show up early, like early as in an earlier. So if your case starts at 7 and you know that you're not really too familiar with everything going on, like, don't get there at 6:30. Okay, get there in a good enough time to where you familiarize yourself with like where things are. You have a good like MS made setup. Because I know y'all can't draw up drugs, but y'all can, you know, at least pull out the syringes and label them, right? So have everything set up. And then I would say first year is very important about like getting the flow of how things go, right? So plan it out in your mind, like, okay, the patient is going to come in the room. I'm going to yell out the time. I'm going to write down the time we got in the room. We'll get the patient over to the OR bed. I'm going to put on my monitors. Well, which monitors am I going to put on first? I'm going to put on my blood pressure cuff because it takes the longest to go off. I'm going to put on my pulse ox. I need to know what they're oxygenating. And then you put on your EKG leads last and stuff like that, whatever. And then you know, go ahead and put the oxygen on. So just like running through every single step to where you get the flow. Not so much, like, obviously it's important to learn the drugs, but you want to get to the point where, like, even if you don't know what to do, you're still moving, right? There's always something that you can do. So, you know, after that, well, then you know that, well, now I'm pre-oxygenated, so now it's time to go to sleep. So making sure that you have everything laid out for yourself. So like with your eye tape is already ready to go. You don't have to look for it. You don't have to peel it off. It's there. So you just grab it, push your drugs, eye tape's right there. Go ahead and put that down. You ready to, you know, see, can you bag mask them? Okay, cool. Now you ready to intubate. Your blade's right there. Your tube's right there. You hand off your tube. You go look. You intubate. Okay, cool. Like, just running through the steps. And then a lot of y'all kind of get stuck after intubation because, like, that's like the toughest, exciting part of it, right? So let's say, okay, well, now you got your intubation. You blown up the cuff. You tested it. You made sure it's in the right place. You listen. Okay, cool. What's next? Well, you got to put the patient on the ventilator. You got to turn the gas on. Like, making sure that you're getting in the flow of what comes next, what comes next, what comes next. That's really important. Everything else is kind of like maintenance. Once you get past, like, okay, well, we're asleep, that middle part is all maintenance, okay? So that's like, okay, maybe they need a little bit more paralytic. Maybe they need a little bit more, what's it called? pain medicine, right? So after you give your antiemetics and even learning the flow of the medicine, okay, my induction drugs, boom, okay, now I got antibiotics, okay, antiemetics, okay, and then maintenance. So now I'm charting and I'm treating, I'm charting and I'm treating, okay, cool. Surgery's getting close to coming to an end. What do I have to do? Okay, now we need to start the emergence process, okay? So maybe we start turning down the gas a little bit. Maybe we start reversing, getting them to breathe on their own before we, you know, pull the tube, just making sure they're all the way ready before it's time to wake up. So getting in the flow of things should be your number one priority all of first year, okay? Like I would say a good kind of like representation of how far you are is at the end of your first year, you should be kind of like doing the robotic cases on your own, right? Because to me, like those are like the more of the simpler cases. So you should be doing those kind of, at least having the flow of that on your own. Like that's a good benchmark, okay? So that come early so you can be prepared for everything. Work on your flow. And then the other thing that I would say is, even when y'all don't know what y'all doing, because obviously you're green, like you're new, right? If you're showing effort though by coming in early, doing the best setup you know how to do, and like you're just so prepared and you're taking the initiative to get things done, your preceptor is going to appreciate that and focus on that more than what you messed up. Like their job is to kind of pick up what you messed up so that they can correct it so that you know how to do it and you add it to your routine. But a lot of times, like the disconnect between the student and the preceptor is because the preceptor feels like you're not putting in enough effort, like you're not like what's going on, you know. So you want to always make sure you're coming in and you're like ready to learn and you've done your best to prepare. Preparation is key, okay? You want to be prepared for everything, anything kind of thing. And I feel like that will go a long way with every preceptor you have. Of course you're gonna have some that just you're gonna have some that just that's just how they are. They don't know how to But yeah, I think that's the kind of the best advice I can give you as far as like going into clinicals as a first year student. Because second year is just about like, you know, second year is pretty much, well, now you have most of the foundation and now you're specializing, or at least that's how it was for us, because second year was when we traveled and did our specialties. So we went to and did our peds. We did our like outpatient stuff. Like we do like a bunch of like ortho and blocks and stuff like that. Cardiac, all that stuff. So you're building into learning about your different specialties and how those processes work. But you're just adding these other tools to your toolbox second year, okay? First year is to build that foundation. And y'all will learn more about the drugs when you use them, because it's different to read about the drugs and know what they do versus like you in the field and you using them and you can see what they do, right? Like when you're using ephedrine versus when you're using phenylephrine, when you're using fentanyl versus when you're using Dilaudid, using Precedex. Like it's different to talk about them versus to see how they work, okay? So it's okay if you come from lecture and you kind of know the drugs, but you don't really know them. It's because you're not used to using them, okay? I learned the most when I was using the drugs. Also, obviously, like, once you push the drug, you can't really get it back, okay? So, you know, start off small, like, especially if you're using, like, narcotics and stuff like that, because once you push it, like, it's pushed. Like, granted, you know, you have, like, Narcan and stuff like that, but I'm just, you know, you could avoid all that if you just kind of pace yourself and stuff like that. But, yeah, I feel like that is the main kind of how to get through that first year and transitioning into doing clinic, okay? But y'all, it is 6:45. My case doesn't start till a little bit later, but I just kind of want to come in, maybe grab something to eat since I took that medicine, so I have something on my stomach. So I'm gonna go do that, and I probably just I might see y'all later at another point in time, y'all. We're gonna see how I feel, because it's giving congested. It's giving go home, okay? But yeah, I'll see y'all later. I'm in the prayer.
Supposed to act like he's not there.
Oh, you heard me? I'm in the prayer. Make you walk without these titty pics.
I'll make you walk so I can watch you.
You got where you gonna get your thing? You know it. So many over here. Or you going from? Well, you also gotta go to JCPenney, so it really don't matter if you go somewhere over here or not.
Why am I going to JCPenney?
You get your pants.
I'm not getting pants.
What you getting then?
I wore these.
No, you're not. Oh wait. Oh yeah, okay.
What's wrong with these?
In my mind, I saw them pants you had on yesterday. The ones that was painted on and painted on. Yeah, you can wear them. You can wear those though. You probably gonna be hot with pants on.
You get some jorts.
No, you can wear those. Gum, money, a lip gloss. Maybe. I want another lip gloss, but I'm gonna have to wait to do that another weekend. Cause we don't got the time today to create all the looks I want. You think we got time today to go back in Sephora when I come out of here?
No.
We don't.
It's going to be 5 o'clock when you get out of that appointment.
No, because my dinner was at 5 o'clock. It's 20 minutes.
Sister, we know that. You already know that, sister.
That's crazy though. Cause I was definitely like, dang, like I finna stroll down the street a quick 10 minutes. A quick 10 minutes up the road. I got time. I'm finna be okay, I'm only gonna be 5 minutes late. How many minutes late you gonna be?
I'll probably get there like 10 minutes after you.
And I hear that water running, girl. You ain't coming at no daggone same time as me. You just be lying. So yeah, somebody at the same time, girl. Lie to somebody else.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you is. See, you need to tell your son to take an Uber home.
What'd you say?
You need to tell your son to take an Uber home.
He don't trust
Or he should have dropped you off at the bar.
Sister, he don't got no damn driver's license.
And why not? He need a driver's license.
Who's paying for that fucking $275 car insurance?
He got a
the fucking. What is it? Yeah, that part. Auto insurance.
Y'all need to do something. That man need to be driving. That's a grown man.
My damn hair is looking wild.
I thought you was gonna put it in a ponytail.
No, I got it in a bob right now.
Not a bob. Not the bang.
Yes. And I had my melting band on, so the print is left in the increase of my hair.
But by the time, if you take it off right now, probably by the time you arrive at 5:45, it's gonna be good.
Sister.
It's probably gonna be fine.
I'm on my Jesus fast right now.
Yeah, I know that's right.
I mean, I'll drink, but I'm not trying to drink, but I'll drink. Which I've been doing good, so I'm really, my fast is really only from social media, just because I feel like social media, such as Insta, TikTok, and Facebook, those have been the main three that have took a lot of my time away from me not being in the Word. So that's the only reason why I'm really, that's my main fast, is just from those three things, and then soda. So I'm not drinking no soda, and I'm not on Facebook or any of that shit right now. So that's really it. I can drink. That wasn't one of my fast things that I did, but I've been doing good because I'm trying to lose weight. So
So you got a whole vibe going on.
Soda too, you know.
Yeah, because you love a soda. You love you a little Dr. Pepper. Little Dr. Pepper stepper.
Y'all know.
You love you a little. Can I get a Coke, sister? Sister, you going there? Y'all get a Dr. Pepper. All them dark sodas. And that's not good for your vagina. Dark sodas is not good for your vagina.
I know. Oh, shit. You think it's going to be cold in there, sister?
I didn't bring no jacket, so.
Okay.
Hoes don't get cold.
You're right. We sure don't.
You don't.